Thank you for joining me for this strategies project on integrative STEM education, specifically focusing on the use of engineering design process as a tool for teaching and learning in early elementary education. Let's begin with taking a look at STEM. The acronym began to be used at the National Science Foundation in the late 1990s as a shorthand for science, math, engineering, and technology. Today we're going to be talking about integrative STEM education. What is iSTEM? Integrative STEM education is defined as the application of technological engineering design-based pedagogical approaches to intentionally teach content and practices of science and mathematics education concurrently with content and practices of technology engineering education. Integrative STEM education at the natural intersections of learning within the continuum of content areas, educational environments, and academic levels. Professors Wells and Erst, Virginia Tech, 2012. The audience, the Potomac School Administration, teachers, math specialists, and science and technology teachers in lower and middle schools. The purpose of the presentation is twofold. First, to explain iSTEM elementary education. Secondarily, too many students lose interest in science and mathematics at an early age, usually in elementary grades, and avoid the hard subjects, making it an early exit from the so-called STEM pipeline. This presentation would like to introduce a tool and a process for teaching and learning iSTEM in elementary grades. Since engineering is not taught or thought of as an elementary school subject, let's take a look at the role of engineering and how it fits into early education. This model of science, engineering, and technology diagram. Let's begin in science. A body of knowledge seeks to describe and understand the natural world and its physical properties. Scientific knowledge can be explained or used to make predictions. Science uses a process, a scientific method to generate knowledge. Engineering, design under constraints, seeks solutions for societal problems and needs, aims to produce the best solution given resources and constraints. Engineering uses a process, the engineering design process, to produce solutions and technologies. Technology, a body of knowledge of systems, processes, and artifacts that result from engineering. Almost everything made by humans to solve a need or fulfill a want and a desire is technology. Examples of technology include pencils, shoes, cell phones, processes to treat water. Human values, needs, and problems determine in large what questions scientists investigate and what problems engineers tackle. In turn, technological products of science and engineering influence society and change human culture. Children are natural-born engineers. Carroll, 1997. The engineering design approach is a tool or method of systematically analyzing or problem solving. It's an approach that can be incorporated into the iSTEM learning and teaching. Ask, what is the problem? What have others done? What are the constraints? Imagine. What are some solutions? Brainstorm ideas. Choose one. Plan. Draw a diagram. Make lists of materials you will need. Create. Follow your plan and create it. Test it out. Improve. Talk about what works, what doesn't. and what could work better. Modify your design to make it better. Test it out. After you improve your design once, you may want to begin engineering design process all over again. Refine your technology. The engineering design process continuously utilizes failure as a restart at various points in the process. The engineering design process is not a fixed process, but dependent on the problem or solutions. This process is not linear and may need to be repeated or altered depending on the problem and the discoveries along the way. Both fixed and dependent variables are determined. Hendricks, 1992. The children's engineering design process promotes cognitive development and skills, problem solving, decision making, social and language skills, according to the Children's Engineering Journal. TechTally promotes this engineering design process as the best problem solving tool for difficult problems and the model that they adopted. The approach differs in traditional teaching. The major benefit in introducing engineering design into the traditional approaches, the student is able to make connections that exceed the current level of learning. Students with technologically based problem solving that enriches curriculum across instructional areas in addition to helping them meet state and national standards. Students satisfy their academic needs while stretching their critical thinking skills to new levels. Self-confident learners are applying the knowledge they have gained in the classroom that are models of the 21st century learning. The engineering design strategy or tool teaches habit of mind, allows students to organize their thoughts, a tool for problem solving, teaches teamwork, system thinking, and allows the iSTEM teacher to purposely plan while the students are iSTEM learning. Let's take a look at the required elements of learning and teaching the engineering design process. 1. Dialogue with self, journal or learning portfolio. Dialogue with other teams, collaborative learning, observing students watch and listen one another, doing the learning activity. I'm sure to this point it all sounds great, but how is this done? I'd like to introduce the tool or material that allows you to integrate both iSTEM education and the engineering design process. It is a project developed by the National Center of Technological Literacy. Engineering is elementary. It is a part of the Museum of Science in Boston. There are 22 lessons. Each lesson of the 22 lessons is research-based and student. Each lesson has a plan with various resources available on video and written, as well as suggestions for class discussion and student assessment. Each lesson has a connection to a child from a different background or culture. It involves an engineering problem and real-world problem and solutions in an engaging activity. The benefit for this type of format is particularly effective for at-risk children, minorities, and girls. The evidence and underpinnings of the EIE materials, it aligns with all 50 state standards for science and math by grade. Each lesson is based on an engineering design model, connects to language arts and social studies standards, And according to the ITEA, the engineering design requirements are also met. Is Potomac ready for iSTEM, an engineering design approach? The framework and scaffolding for introducing iSTEM engineering design approach has been created. Each class already utilizes a responsive classroom, sharing thoughts and ideas. Each content area already discusses strategies and different ways of thinking. Teacher planning extends to multiple disciplines already. A current example would be second grade animal project. They learn about the animal in science, they research in library and technology, they create the animal in art. Making connections between two STEM subjects and integrating other subjects, art and writing, however, does not include a pedagogy approach, so not iSTEM yet. Here is an example of current evidence. When students are interested and engaged, they are motivated to learn. Fifth grade girls working on robotics prototype during lunch. This would be an example of the design approach that appeals to, in this case, all girls. Support for iSTEM, Loudoun and Arlington counties have STEM specialists on staff to aid teachers in planning and integrating. The state, the Virginia Department of Education, endorses iSTEM and EIE. The Virginia Children's Engineering Council, the Virginia Technology and Engineering Education Association, Technology Education Services, the buy-in at the national level, grants and scholarships for STEM education students, the National Science Foundation. NASA has chosen the EIE model for education. The EIE model has reached 33,000 teachers and 2.7 million students. I think we're ready for buy-in. To review the definition, integrative STEM education includes approaches, in this case the engineering design approach, that explore teaching and learning between and among two or more of the STEM subject areas and/or between STEM subjects in one or more of the other subjects. Sanders, Virginia Tech, 2009. In summary, is Potomac School ready for iSTEM and implementation of the engineering design approach? I believe so. This was the board after a day in music. To me, a perfect combination of music and engineering design methodology in solving the problem with their game. Have a good day. Thank you.